Up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the Thirsty Thursday, the May 21st edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Think about that one, folks. How many folks do you know that are prisoners of your past? You want to trade? You cannot be a prisoner of your past. You've got to be a pioneer of your future out there. Hope everyone is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary day. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. Once you and I learn how to take that once we learn how to deal with that, talk about trying to do two things at one time, three things at one time. But here is the deal. Once we learn how to be able to reframe everything, reframing, that's really what it's all about. That means we can take something that what looks like it's bad that's happened to us and turn it into something good. Maybe it's a piece of knowledge, whatever it might be. I know there's lots of folks getting great pieces of knowledge in Larry's workshop that's going on right now. Hopefully during this next hour, I'll impart some good knowledge to you as well. But look, this is a show where both you and I are participating. So how do you do that? Well, you can give us a call at 877-927-6648. If you can't call in, you can let those fingers do the walking. You can send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, put radio show question. And, of course, in our Tiger's Den, you can send me a ping or you can post something to all of our 400 or so YouTube viewers out there. So those are the ways to get in touch with us. Let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thirsty Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we've got the Dow trading down 52, S&P's off 15, NASDAQ down 63. It's about 0.25%, 0.5%, and 0.7%, respectively. Russell 2000's got a different game in mind. She's up nearly $6, trading out 1352, but it hasn't taken out a resistance level, so it still has its three drive to a top pattern in play. Semis are off 30 points. New York Stock Exchange 58, Wilshire 129. Trendies are down 12 points, almost flat out there for it. NASDAQ Composite up 53. Russell not Russell, but the spot volatility index. I'll get it out. Don't worry. That's trading out at $29 even. Steven up $1 right now. Gold is off 27, still trading in a sideways consolidation mode. Silver's off 58 pennies. We'll certainly want to take a look at that. Light sweet crude is up 14 cents. Lead the charge dollar-wise. The upside, you've got Shopify, $22. Transdigm, 17. Burlington Stores, 15. And Restoration Hardware, 12. To the downside, Amazon off 37. CoStar Group down 31. Netflix off 15. Galapagos Islands, they're down 14. And Mercado Libre off 12. So we do have some questions that have come in. Where do I start here? Let's first just do a general overview of the markets, so we got a picture as far as where things stand at the moment. And there's really two indices out here that yesterday negated their sell patterns out there. If you caught the 1 p.m. update, you heard those. We're going to cover those again. One is the NDX 100, so we're paying attention to it. Now, you've got a key reversal session going on, so as long as the NDX closes one tick lower than the open from this morning, you will have a bearish reversal signal out there at the completion of a 3 drive to a top. Now, the 3 drive to a top would have been equal in bars if it had formed tomorrow. Maybe it still does. I don't know what today's candle will look like. If we do get a 3 drive to a top out here, John, then your question about will the daily sequential signal mark a turn lower? It will if we see a close below the bar 4 bars earlier. And in this case here, with regard to the NDX 100, if we can see 2 closes below Stevie's green line, 93.28, that would be a suggestion to us that the NDX 100 would be targeting 77.63. But wait, because before 77.63 becomes the number where price would get to, we really have to go to the NQ out here and see where its level of support is, or levels of support are. In this case here you can see the 3 drive. There was 1 3 drive to a top pattern. Well, that has now no longer exist. I've got to move my drive numbers out there. And if we do get that bearish reversal candle today, it'll qualify for me as a 3 drive to a top pattern. You'll see there's 8 bars between drive 1 and drive 2, and we're looking for that same 8 bars, which would be tomorrow, to complete that 3 drive to a top pattern. This is a pattern you don't like to force. When you force it, usually turns out to be bad news bears. Now, so we're watching the NDX 100. Its levels of support, okay, the first level is the top of the box. Old resistance that now has become new support. Well, how do we know that? Well, first, yesterday's low was a test of that level, 92.66. So even if we get a 3 drive to a top, even if price closes below Stevie's green line out there, we still have to contend, or it has to contend, with 92.66, 91.08. And 91.08 is where any counter trend reversal, so move to the downside, because that was a bearish structured profile, that is where the end of a move lower would find support. So John of the Tiger's Den was asking about the sequential signal out there. What I would do is I would be writing down the value of 91.08 on my pad of paper, because that's the number that you really want to see the NQ close below, to then suggest to you and I that sellers have the ability to push price down to support. And that level of support would be 87.14. So we just simply have to take this one day at a time, 1 bar at a time, and then go from there. The S&P 500 and the ES Mini, both are indices that also failed at their Gartley sell signal yesterday. Price closed above resistance. Now, there's another resistance level, which is 29.8593 in the S&P cash. That is the TD9 count breakdown level. Today, we need to see some type of bearish reversal candle. We don't have it just yet. We don't have a key reversal session because it hasn't exceeded yesterday's highs. So if we don't get that bearish reversal candle, then what I've drawn in here, this colored pattern, it is not effectively a Gartley sell pattern. And you need to wait for that to unfold before it generates its next topping signal. So really, that's all we need to take a look at with regard to the S&P and the Dow, or the NDX 100. The Dow still has its Gartley sell signal. It actually has 2 patterns. It has a Gartley buy and a Gartley sell. The Gartley sell signal resistance level is 24,764.77. Any close above that will negate that pattern. The Gartley buy was the pattern that formed about 4 or 5 trading days ago, and that key level of support is going to be 22,789.62. Those are the numbers that I would go ahead and put down on your pad of paper, because basically you've got the Dow trading in between support and resistance established by those bullish and bearish patterns that are present inside of it. The Russell 2000, the same thing out there. Let's go take a look at the Russell. It's trading in between support and resistance. The same thing, a similar setup, only different pattern. The pattern here is a 3 drive to a top with resistance at 1373.40. And then we have our Gartley buy with support at 1181.10. So which of these patterns is the correct one? They're both correct. Until we see price break either above 1373 or below 1181, we just have your good old-fashioned consolidation. Chop, chop, fizz, fizz. It ain't a relief. It is. How about that? We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. Larry Pesavento is hosting a special event Thursday, May 21st from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Trade What You See, a live trading event. For the first time in over 10 years, Larry will host a live event where you'll watch over his shoulder as he trades the markets live. You'll see how he organizes his trading day, the times most likely to generate a signal, what outside information he ignores, and more importantly, what he does not ignore, and much more. Larry will trade the markets in real time, including the Euro US dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, the Dow, and E-mini S&P, crude oil, gold, treasury bonds, wheat, and soybeans, and more. When you sign up, you get a month of his daily newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7 included. For all the details on Larry Pesavento's live trading event on Thursday, May 21st, and to sign up today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we had a request to take a look at cocoa futures for Steven. Steve wanted to take a look at cocoa. He's interested in trading the July contract here. That is the active contract, and that's on your left-hand panel. And so as we take a look at this, Stephen, we can see that what price is doing today, right now as we speak, it's trading below the bottom of its daily profile, and that's 23.47. I don't know where price is going to close. We're at 23.41, but it's a wide-ranging bar pulling back in it. Now, the profile that is currently, let me just expand the chart out here, and so this profile is not providing you or I with an edge. So give me a moment here. I'm going to turn price off so we can take a look at that profile. And when I say an edge, what I'm referring to, so it's the blue lines, the blue horizontal lines going across our screen. And pretty much the center is in the center. It's slightly closer to the bottom than it is to the top. So here's a profile that gives us an edge. Let me actually draw this in out here. When I say draw it in, I'm just going to put a rectangle around it. So here is, I was going to try to put a rectangle around it. See if I can actually do what I say I'm going to do. There we go. So it's this red rectangle area out here. So for Steve and for everybody else out there, profiles, when they're pulling back to support or resistance, and I say we're looking for an edge, this one that I just drew a rectangle around, the center line is much more close, it's much closer to the top than it is to the center. And this is very similar to what I just reviewed on the NQ on the daily time frame. So here's a bearish structured profile. And at the top of the profile, we have sellers. At the bottom, we have buyers. And at the center, we have both buyers and sellers. That's where the party's at. That's why they believe that there's fair value out here. Now, when that fair value gets away from the buyers, meaning price starts pushing below the center of the box, typically sellers then have the type of energy that they need to push price all the way down to the bottom. So you're looking for profiles when you're pulling back to support or trading into resistance that give you some kind of an edge. Likewise, if we take a look, I just move this up here, move this rectangle up to a bullish structured profile. So here's a bullish structured profile. Here we can see the center line is much closer to the bottom than it is to the top. So your buy would be at the bottom of that box. And what we would also know is if there was a close below that, especially 2, then there's nothing more bearish than a failed bullish pattern. Here the bullish pattern would have been that bullish profile. profile. So that's how. So the current profile doesn't really provide your eye with an edge, and I wouldn't be that interested in just jumping in at the bottom of that box. So we'll turn price back on. So the only way that I would be interested in taking a look at a possible trade at this stage with price trading below support, both the trend line as well as the bottom of that profile, would be to find something on a short-term time frame chart that would tell us that, that there's a potential bottom. Now, here, when I put my other chart, my white background chart, we can take a look at Stevie's green/red line. This is the squiggly green red line out here, the oscillator and change line. We also see that price is below that. So, Steven, this is suggesting, hey, we need to be careful before entering into a long position inside of cocoa. Now, if I look at the 30-minute time frame chart, well, I've got a bad tick there. That's not going to help me out. That's okay. I won't worry about the current tick out here. Well, let me try to update this, see if there's any kind of pattern. So I don't have any kind of pattern that I see right now on a 30-minute time frame chart. I'm going to put over the 60-minute time frame, do the same thing. Wow, how did I do that? That's weird. So if I get rid of that bad tick, that bad bar out here, again, I don't have anything. So I'm not seeing anything on a short-term time frame to suggest to you or I that now is the time to get into cocoa. But if we do go back, where cocoa may provide you or I with a entry is in around the 22.39-ish type area, and that's at bottom of that rising trend line. Again, we're taking a look at the July contract out here for cocoa. So, Stephen, I hope that helps you out. We have another request out here. This one came in yesterday. I didn't get to it because I didn't see it till after the show. But this one was from Wayne, and Wayne wanted to look at Home Depot. And I posted this in the den after the show yesterday because I was looking at this for Wayne and realized that that there is I'm just looking for the tab that I can get back to be able to put up Home Depot charts, is that yesterday inside of Home Depot, we had a island top, not JD, HD, Home Depot out here. And so take a look at this. This is a textbook island top in Home Depot. Look at it, folks. So here, now this is at all-time highs inside of Home Depot. Was it? Yeah, it was at all-time highs. This is the trading session for May 18th. So we saw Home Depot. The high on May 15th was 243.23. The low of May 18th, 244. So there's your gap. And then the high of the following session, May 19th, is 240, 246. So there's your island top. Now, it's a very bearish pattern. But remember, before we get caught up into bearish, very bearish, something in between, it doesn't really matter. When you get a bearish signal, the only right that sellers have is to push price back to support levels out here. So we take a look at this profile for Home Depot. We already know that so far, even though there's a very bearish pattern out there, price has not busted through even the very first level of support. And that first level of support happens to be the top of that daily box, 236.85. Now, if price can close below 236.85, then we're looking at 232 and 224.83 as the levels to be watching. And if price is below that, well, let's pull over our chart for Home Depot, see where price most recently broke out. If price gets below the levels of those profiles out here, that was a 60-minute time frame. Let's get back to a daily time frame out here for Home Depot, and the number would be 226.20. Wow, so 226.20 that's the breakout level above the bottom of its profile. So 224.83 to 226.20 should be good support. And any close below that, we're looking at move back to 203.85. But you've got a TD9 count top. It was bar number 8 inside of Home Depot, combined with that island top out there. So keep an eye on Home Depot for a frame of reference as to what the markets may want to do. Let's go out to Ron in Denver. Ron, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you?
Great, Steve. Thank you for taking the call.
Sure.
Yesterday, they were talking about that Congress might tell the Chinese internet stocks delist them, and then later on they passed a bill to delist them. So I bought puts on I can't remember now.
Brain shares?
KWEB.
Yeah.
And I just wondered, how does that look technically, KWEB?
Sure. So technically, your action makes all the sense in the world. Let me show you the reason why. So I'm going to skip the black background chart, go right to my white chart. And what we're going to see is that yesterday, was the confirmation of a TD9 count top. So you've got the pattern that you wanted. And then you've got a move lower today. But where the move lower today, what it's run into out here, Ron, is support. So one level of support would be Stevie's squiggly green line, the oscillator and change line. That's priced at 51.12. Price hit that and rejected it. So it's still so it's much like the markets. We have valid topping signals in many of the indices, not all of them, but then we have support levels, or we even have bottoming patterns, such as in the Dow and such as in the Russell 2000. So we have an offsetting bearish pattern and an offsetting bullish pattern. In this case here, you don't have the offsetting bullish pattern, but support has held. So stay through this break. We'll give you the other levels of support out here. If you're asking me, did you get a topping signal? The answer is yes. But so far, and what you would want to see is a close below some support levels. We'll give those to you when we get right back from this break. Steve Rhodes with TFNN.
Thank you, sir.
Stay tuned. See you back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the line with Ron in Denver. We're taking a look at ticker symbol KWEB, which does have on a daily chart, it does have a TD9 count top. Again, price pulled back to support. So the levels you're going to be watching out here, Ron, 51.13, 50.85, 49.95, 49.05, and then finally it'd be 47.59. You'd have to take it in increments. But right now, support is held. And if you've got some cash, you might want to consider taking it off the table.
All right. Yeah. Well, okay. I'll do that. Maybe I'll sell half the position.
Yeah. Now, I see the trade setup, but what you don't like is price pulling back today, testing support and holding. That line is still green. The weekly chart I can see where, as long as on a weekly base, so that'd be tomorrow, if price closed below 52.89. I see the trade, I get it, but you don't have the first level of support failing just yet. You really need to see that first.
Okay, appreciate it. I'll step out of half at least. Okay,
yeah,
thanks.
Yeah.
You're
Okay,
amazing.
you bet.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
No, you're amazing. Thank you. That was Ron in Denver. So a number of requests out here. I think one was take a look at silver, since I've got that up here, high-O silver. Backing off today, down 67 cents on the July contract. What is it doing? So if we take a look at Stevie's other charts out here, we've got just like in Ron's case, we've got a TD9 count top. Yesterday was that high. That was the bar following 9. We know when a TD9 count tops or bottoms form. By the way, it was a TD9 count bottom that identified the bottom. It was bar number 8. Those bottoms or tops will occur when the higher lows on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. So we've got that. Now, what silver did yesterday was, and it did the day before, was it closed above its breakdown resistance level at $17.62. So the TD9 count top up here. We can also see that my squiggly line, the oscillator and change line, changed from red to green. When it does that, you and I know about the phenomena where price and that line are going to catch up to each other. So the combination of a TD9 count top and Stevie's squiggly green line out here tells us that what you should be anticipating is a move back to test that level. If, like in Ron's case for KWEB, you see a test and rejection, even with the topping signal, the sellers will have fulfilled their obligation in pushing price back to support. And because that line is green, that would be saying to us, okay, that is done, and price should continue to resume higher. If price closes below that green line, then you look for the next level of support out here, 1598, 1549, 1537, 1492. At this stage here, what we're seeing play out because of yesterday's top, because of the oscillator and change line turning colors out here, this is normal and to be expected. Ask me the question, if I were long, would I stay long? I'd stay long until, depends where you got in. But I would anticipate that price is going to tag that 1670-ish area. If that's going to put too much heat on, I'd get out. If that's not going to put too much heat on to you, then you anticipate it and you make a decision when you see what the result of that test is. So I hope that helps you out with regard to silver, what it's doing as we speak right now. Here you can see all of the silver contracts that are out there. We had some requests from inside the YouTube channel. I believe one was to take a look at ticker symbol ALGO. So let's get over to our 3 time frame charts out here. ALGO, was that one of them? I think it was the ALGO, which is, nope, that wasn't it. LOG, what was it? God darn it. I'll find it here in a minute, I think. LOGI. There you go. LOGI was the LOGI. Sorry about that, folks. But it is what it is. So that is for Logitech International. Shoot, I'm using some Logitech products as we speak right now. Logitech keyboard. It's a cool keyboard. This keyboard is controlling 3 different computers that I have actively running on my 5 different monitors right now. And I've got one Logitech mouse to control those 3 computers. It is really pretty cool out here. But you didn't want to know about that. You're kind of wondering, hey, what's Logitech International doing? Look, it's traded above the top of its daily, its weekly, and its monthly profile. So it just simply looks bearish. Bearish? Come on, Steve. It looks bullish because it prices above resistance. Now let's go take a look at my other charts out here with my other tools, get a feel for whether or not any kind of top has formed inside of Logitech. Well, I'd be hard-pressed to really type in a great A to B equals CD pattern out here But if I did, well, then today's candle would suggest that you've got a top. You've got a three-river evening star. But very, very much like we just looked at for Ron, we looked at in silver out here. Price would need to close below Stevie's green line, which is priced at 54.52. So right now I'd have to say inside of Logitech, no damage done. But look for 54.52 to hold the support. If price closes below that, then you would anticipate to move back to 53.09, 51.76, 51.09, and then finally its breakout area of 48.65. The weekly time frame chart out here for Log Me In. Well, this is going to be a weekly bar number 9 of a TD9 count. So that says, okay, maybe there's something more. Now, here's how you do it. So you've got that potential topping pattern, because the top could also form on the bar following night, so next week out here. But you've got a potential top on the weekly. So on the daily, you now need to start seeing, because you've got what we're going to call an A to B equals CD pattern out here, you need to start seeing support fail. So that's why those levels that I gave you, 54.52, 53.09, 51.76, 51.09, 48.65 are going to be important with regard to Logitech. So hope that helps you out, whoever requested. The other one to look at was Alibaba. And so as we go take a look at Alibaba, try to get a feel for the patterns that are in play here. See if we can get a nice little update out here. Let me just do this, make sure all of the data loaded properly. So with regard to Alibaba, trading out right now at about 210 and change. It too looks like it wants to pull back to test support. And the first level of support out here is going to be 207.82. That is Stevie's green line. Let me get to take a look at the weekly time frame out here. Oh, geez, Louise. There we go. Let's get over to the weekly chart. See if there's anything that I can see out here. There really isn't an Alibaba. Let me take a look at the monthly. And the monthly, there's nothing. So at this stage here, it looks to me, it appears to me that what price is trying to do is test its key levels of support right now, and it's in the 207.82-ish range out here. I'm going to put the Alibaba charts up here because, again, on the daily time frame, what you'll notice is that where there's a combination of patterns that are out here. But this is a bearish structured profile that price broke back into today. So there's an A to B equals CD pattern that could or should have taken price up to the 235.63 area. The B point had volume of 19 million shares. It was passed with 21 million and 38 million. So there's your confirmed A to B equals CD. Remember, we were talking about bullish and bearish structured profile. So this is a bearish structured profile that price had broken above, did it for 3 solid days. Today is now day 4, and price has moved back into this profile. And on a bearish structured profile, what I had shared with you is the level where a counter trend move, in this case here, we've got a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside, but this is a counter trend move to the downside, where it would find support would be the center line of that box in this bearish structured profile. So the real number to be watching to help you with regard to Alibaba, as long as price remains above 209.29, then that A to B equals CD pattern has a good chance of being fulfilled. And if not, well, then price is going to go tag 202.48, and we may have to take this A to B equals CD off of the table. But it's not off the table just yet. Great.
Larry Pesavento is hosting a special event Thursday, May 21st from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Trade What You See, a live trading event. For the first time in over 10 years, Larry will host a live event where you'll watch over his shoulder as he trades the markets live. You'll see how he organizes his trading day, the times most likely to generate a signal, what outside information he ignores, and more importantly, what he does not ignore, and much more. Larry will trade the markets in real time, including the Euro US dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, the Dow, and E-mini S&P, crude oil, gold, treasury bonds, wheat, and soybeans, and more. When you sign up, you get a month of his daily newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7 included. For all the details on Larry Pesavento's live trading event on Thursday, May 21st, and to sign up today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Let's get to some of the email requests out here. The first one coming in from David G. from Long Island. David wants to take a look at energy transfers. He likes the look of the chart out here. His question is really about support and resistance. So at this stage here, David, price is trading above one level of resistance that now becomes your new support. And that's the top of the daily profile. And that number is 786. But it's also trading below resistance. I know. You got to parse what I just said. So the top of the profile is old resistance. Price trading above that, old resistance can become new support. So your support levels are going to be 786. Below that, the other profile levels of 728 and 670. 670 was tested a half a dozen days ago, and that was held. So we know that's a good level of support out here. We also know that the level of resistance I'm going to give you, which is the bottom of the gap to the downside, is at 859. So price is trading in between support and resistance out here. I would stay tight. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't take a long position just yet inside of this. If you want to take a long position, if this will pull back into the 670 level, that would be the place to put it on. And you may need to tighten up your stop or take your profits at that 859 level. Now, if price can get above 859, then you're looking at a move to 1095 out there. But I don't have any really great signal that's going to suggest to you or I that it's going to be able to do that. I don't have anything that says it's not. We just know that it's been tested and it has been rejected a couple of weeks ago, so you want to be able to keep an eye on that. So I hope that helps you out, David. Best of luck with that trade out there. Tom G. writes in, and Tom wants to take, we've already covered the S&P. And so you want to go take a look at DSLV. I typed in the wrong signal out there. DSLV. Okay, so but DSLV. Guess that says it's the Credit Suisse NASA Tracker 0. I think I don't have the right ticker symbol for you. I'm going to guess that I don't, but so I think I covered the S&P and really silver out there. So I think, Tom, we should anticipate for silver to pull back to test the oscillator and change line until you get the results of that test. I don't really think you have any information to trade off of, so to speak. And really, I think your requests out here are for a trade. So I'm hoping that the information I already provided helps you to answer the questions that you had asked out there. We've got Eddie who's asking about Netflix. So let's go take a look at the chart on Netflix. Well, let's take a look at both charts, or all charts out here, the daily, weekly, and monthly. So in the case of Netflix, you're saying, is Netflix beginning to break down from an uptrend down on heavier volume today? So what price is doing today, so this did complete, it looks like this completed an A to B equals CD to the upside out there, as well as the Rhodes. So let's go take a look. So you've got real topping signals inside of Netflix and price right now. But before I move to the other chart out here, the key level, Eddie, that you're going to want to watch today is going to be the bottom of that profile, and that is 433.61. You're trading at 433.07 right now. If price holds 433.61 at day's end, even though we've got the topping patterns that I'll pull over here so you can take a look at it, support will still have been held. But if price can close below that level, then the run to the downside should take us down to the 417.67 area. That's the center of its bearish structured profile. Let me turn off the candles. Give me a moment to do this here. This way you can see the weekly profile. It is a bearish structured profile. Now that you see prices off, and that is why 417.67, Eddie, would become the next area that you would be targeting. So you're watching 433.61, and he closed below that as we move to 417.67. And if there's a close on a weekly basis below 417.67, I'm not talking 417.65, probably a couple of points at least. That would then suggest that Netflix is really ready to head lower. 338.03 would be the number. Now, there's other levels we have to take a look at as price moves lower, but here's the charting patterns on the daily time frame for Netflix. Price is moving higher, doing less relative energy, generates the bearish shooting star candle out there, also happen to be a bearish engulfing candle. Price below Stevie's green line, just slightly below the bottom of its daily profile. In its original breakout area, not original, but its most recent breakout area is 361.71. So to answer your question, yeah, does it look like Netflix is beginning to break down? It absolutely does. But watch the bottom of that daily profile. That should give you your next signal. Eddie, I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in. Next question going here to Tim. Tim wants to take a look at Chipotle. CMG is the ticker symbol. So let's get that rolling. And let me get my other charts here rolling, so to speak. The question is, could you look at CMG? Would like to see where the resistance levels are to the upside. No position yet. Well, I guess I should turn price back on the weekly time frame, and that would help us. On the daily time frame, you're above resistance, so that's a beautiful thing. Resistance was 944.10. That was a bearish structured profile. You moved through that with a wide ranging bar and then gapped up the next day, so that looks pretty good, and that looks pretty healthy. And you're asking, where is resistance? So price is above every level of resistance that I'm going to be able to find for you because you're at all-time highs inside of Chipotle. So now that begs the question, where in the Sam heck is this thing headed to? So it's taken out its swing point that had 11 million shares from February, and you're at about 8 million shares right now. So will it take that swing point out with volume? I don't know. Let's do this here. As opposed to me giving you a really large A to B equals CD to the upside, I want to see if I can. Man, it's actually hard to find a resist, because here's what I was doing, just so you know that I know that I'm talking to myself and you can imagine how confused I even get when I talk to myself. You just experienced it live. But what I was looking at really was saying, I was looking for a set of swing points that we could do an expansion on, a Fibonacci expansion. Well, I've got them. Here they are. So now we're going to go figure out where those levels are. So your next resistance level is about 1083.16. That's your 1.272 expansion. I'm not saying that's where price peters out. I'm just saying that's the next level. That would be, it's a target area. It's not resistance. It's a price target area, and it's expansion of the last set of swing points that are out there. Let's pull over the other time, or my other white background chart, see if there's any other signals here on Chipotle that we need to be aware of, like a TD9 count. And the answer is, well, we would have had to have been aware of that because yesterday was the bar following the bar number 9. And if price closes above that high, I'm going to give you that number here today. That high is 1032.07. If price closes above 1032.07, that pattern, that topping signal will have been negated. What if price closes below that? Well, your first level of support is going to be 992 out here, and that would just be a retracement back to support. And that would be your top. You had wanted resistance. I've just given you support. And the only resistance that I can give you in regards to Chipotle is really a price target. And that was that 1.272 expansion of its swing points, those swing points being the high from trading day of February 20th to the low of March the 23rd. No, I'm sorry, March 18th. March 18th. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets. This is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, JDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Mimi is looking for an entry point into ticker symbol CB, that is Chubb Limited out here. So we take a look at the daily time frame chart. We can see I've drawn in this little yellow square-ish rectangle. That is your consolidation pattern. So this is trading in a sideways consolidation. The top of the consolidation would really be the top of its daily profile, 124.81 out there. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the consolidation so that we can just simply take a look at the chart. So you got a nice wide-ranging bar today with good volume, 3 million shares so far. The last time price was up here on April 29th was 2.5 million shares. But what I want you to notice, Mimi, is that that is also where price, the counter trend rally or any rally, found resistance. And that was the bottom of its bullish structured daily profile. Price is trading below that. And so what you really need to see, so your entry point, there's no entry point right now. You wouldn't enter something that is going right into resistance. I don't know whether resistance will fail or not. So now is not the time out here. If resistance does hold, and that is that 113.06 level, then what you'd be looking at is around 99.77. So we'll just call it $100. Right around $100 would be the entry point. That is, well, I'll show you what that is. That is Stevie's red line out here. So that level's going to change over time. So I don't have anything to say that it's going to pull back. We know that old resistance. We know that price is testing a level. It's resistance. Let's see if it acts as that resistance area once again, Mimi. That's the best that I've got for you at this point in time. So, folks, thanks so much for being here today. Much appreciated. I'll show you. We'll go out, take a look at the current profiles here for the 4 equity futures contracts. Nothing has changed here. What we'll be watching for is really the end of day close to see if there's any kind of bearish reversal candles that formed for the ES Mini and NQ and the S&P and NDX 100. Those are the 2 key holdouts as we speak right now. Until those generate some type of bearish reversal candle, this market can continue to inch higher. The 2 weak indices out there are the Dow and the Russell 2000. And the Dow being weak right now is sending you a gigantic signal. And that signal is be cautious on the long positions. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours, and I look forward to seeing you on Fantastic Friday. Take care.